Hello, my name is Sierra Schultz, and I am doing my speech on a lesson I learned the hard way. In our book, it talks about how a person is able to hear things, and it's not the same thing as listening. For example, you could have heard something and found out in the long run you weren't actually listening at all. Hearing is a physiological process. It's very natural and it's automatic, where rather listening actually involves a person being able to absorb the information that they are being given to them. In James 1:19, we are forewarned of the importance of listening and remaining silent. Proverbs also goes on to explain the consequences of responding before actually listening. James 1:19 in the King James Version. My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen and slow to speak. Today it seems we are all a little bit quicker to respond, and that isn't advised, according to the Bible at least, and according to the lessons that I had to learn the hard way. It goes on in Proverbs 18:13. If one gives an answer before he hears it, it is folly and shame. For me, I learned this lesson. I was cautioned by my parents, and in my own excitement, I just responded and disregarded their words. Didn't even pay any attention to what they were saying because I was so excited that I was able to do what I wanted. Who hasn't been too tired or just a lack of motivation to pay attention to every details? Maybe you're just in autopilot and just going through the motions, to later find out that you missed a major detail that might hold you back or might cause you to get injured. For me, my lack of being able to listen almost cost me my life. I was turning about 10 to 11 years old, and I got a new bike for my birthday. I was so excited because I had an older bike, but I didn't have that much experience on a new mountain bike, 25 speed. So I had some friends over, and I asked my parents, can they all go on a bike ride with me? And super excited, they did say yes. I just instantly started grabbing my bike, and both my mom and my dad were like, Sierra, hold on. We need to show you how this bike works. I was like, no, I'm fine. I know what I'm doing. And I'm already gathering my friends. I'm like, Felicia, Sheila, come on, let's go. We get to go on a bike ride around the whole entire block today instead of just the driveway. Going around the whole entire block was quite a treat at that age. And so I'm gathering my friends along, and Mom and Dad are like, Sierra, listen to me. You need to know, you don't see this? You have your left brake and your right brake. If you're going too fast, do not hold on to your right brake. That is your front tire brake. And it can cause, and I interrupted. I didn't even allow them to speak any further. I said, yeah, I know, see you, love you, bye. And I left. And we're riding along, just so excited, and I'm so ecstatic that I have a new bike that's going to be insanely fast. And we're riding along to Pumpkin Center, and there's an enormous hill to go down. And Sheila and Felicia are like, okay, well, we're going to get off our bikes and walk down the hill. I don't know about you. And me being the hardcore daredevil that I was, wanted to show off a little. And I told them, you guys go down there and watch this. I'm going to ride my new bike down this hill. And I waited for them to get down there. And they waved at me, okay, go. And I got on my bike and just started trucking down this hill. And momentum started building more and more. And all of a sudden I was starting to feel my bike get the wobbles. And my initial reaction was, I need to stop this bike or I'm going to fly right off of it. So I grab my right brake as hard as I can and just try to stop my bike. And when I did that, I felt myself start tumbling, rolling down this enormous hill. The next thing I know, I'm waking up and I'm laying in the middle of the road with blood just oozing out of me. This lady comes running out of her house and she's yelling if I'm okay, and I gruntle out something, you know, and I'm still able to speak, but I am absolutely in shock. So she takes me inside and she has me call my parents, and I was so ashamed. I was so embarrassed. Man, I looked like a fool. I wanted to show off and I wanted to be hardcore, you know, and impress my friends. And instead, I just brought a whole bunch of folly and shame. When I told my parents what happened, that I fell down the hill, they didn't say anything right away. They just came and picked me up. And once I got in the vehicle, they asked me what happened. And I told them I was going down the hill and I had to stop because I was going so fast. And they looked back at me, kind of with a slight smile, and asked me, did I use my front brake? And ashamed to say, I did. That day, I learned a lesson the hard way. I learned that I should not be so quick to respond, and instead I should have kept silent and listened to my parents' warning. If I would have, I probably would not have gotten in such a bad accident. Luckily, I had a helmet on that day because I had a huge rock in my helmet. And if I wouldn't have had that on, I probably would have had a rock in my skull. It goes back to what the Bible says. For me, my dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen and slow to speak. That day, in all excitement that I had, I was very quick to speak, and I was not listening. In Proverbs 18:13, if one gives an answer before he hears it, it is folly and shame. How ironic. I responded and I cut my parents off and I didn't allow them to speak any further, and I carried on with what I wanted to do. And my consequences? I got in a bike accident that was extreme, and I was so embarrassed, and I brought a lot of shame onto my own pride. Maybe I should have took heed to my parents' warning. Thank you.